Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 and the Steet Ponte dealerships in Herkimer and Yorkville present the March edition of Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region. You can read more about many of the people and places featured on this episode in the March issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine. Available for free at hundreds of local shops and restaurants, and online at mohawkvalleyliving.com.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. I am here in Clayville on Reservoir Road. Behind me, a natural spring created this natural wonder. It clearly is something good that has come out of all of this cold. So we're going to be traveling all around the Mohawk Valley today. Stay tuned.
There's a place on down the road, just over the hill past the maple grove. Down by the road just a little ways, that's where we all used to play. Moss-covered rods, water that's freezing, warm summer breeze, it sure is pleasing, sun shining through the white birch.
The Mohawk Valley Living TV show is now a monthly program that will air 6 times every week at the regular times. Look for a brand new show to premiere the first Sunday of every month. We visit the Oneida County Historical Society in Utica, where Executive Director Brian Howard is always willing and eager to share his knowledge of local history. We learn that the area's rich tradition of higher education was stimulated after World War II with the Servicemen's Readjustment Act, otherwise known as the GI Bill.
MVCC and Utica College were both direct outgrowths of our experience in the Second World War, specifically the Servicemen's Readjustment Act of 1944, better known as the GI Bill. That provided opportunity for literally millions of American citizens who might otherwise not have had the opportunity to go to college, to obtain loans and grants to enhance their education. This area responded in kind with the establishment not only of Utica College, which was an outgrowth of extension courses that SU had been teaching in Utica since the 1930s, but also the establishment of what became Mohawk Valley Community College. It was an experiment to provide technical education for the area's students, most of whom, in both schools, most of whom were going to school on the GI Bill. MVCC was initially established, it was called the New York State Institute of Applied Sciences at Utica. And that was later shortened, but eventually it became MVCC. That was one of 5 community colleges that were established as an experiment, and MVCC actually is the first community college in New York State. So it's very hard to overestimate the impact that the GI Bill had, not only on the growth of colleges in this area, but in towns and cities across the nation.
Read Brian Howard's article, Mohawk Valley Learning, Oneida County's GI Bill Schools, in the March issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine. Now available to pick up for free or read online on our website, mohawkvalleyliving.com. Don't forget that you can read Mohawk Valley Living magazine on your smartphone or tablet. It's also a great way to share the Mohawk Valley with friends and relatives outside the area.
I'm making this valley my own.
The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte. You go the extra mile for your small business and should expect the same from your insurance company. For over 140 years, Turnbull Insurance Service has been committed to local small business. For your commercial coverage, turn to the company ready to go that extra mile. Turn to Turnbull. Melrose Supermarket is your family hometown market, known for their choice hand-cut meats, homemade breads, and fresh pastas and salads. Check out the weekly specials at Melrose Supermarket, East Main Street in Frankfort.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
We love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
Design it your way at Adirondack Furniture. Whether you're looking for furniture for your bedroom, living room, or dining room, you get to choose your style, wood type, finish, fabric, and hardware. American Made gives you the freedom of choice. Shop Adirondack Furniture for the best quality and price for solid wood furniture made in the USA. Ask about 0% financing and free delivery. Adirondack Furniture, Riverside Center, North Utica, and online at AdirondackHomeFurniture.com. Spring is here. Just don't look out your window. Look in the windows at the Village Crossing. Spring fashions are arriving daily to brighten up your look and your day. The Village Crossing in Clinton. A final gift to celebrate and thank your pet for years of joy. Forget-Me-Not Pet Memorialization and Cremation Services by Yakovotzy Funeral Home provides immediate response and dignified aftercare services for your pet. Call 219-5602. Celebrate the first sign of spring during Sugaring Off Sundays. See sugaring demonstrations, have a taste of Jack Wax, enjoy children's activities and the Empire State Carousel. A full pancake breakfast is served from 8:30 to 1 every Sunday in March during Sugaring Off Sundays at the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown.
Sometimes you wonder, sometimes you know.
Special thanks to Turnbull Insurance Service and Mark and Jim Turnbull. Their continued support makes the show possible. The month of March in the Mohawk Valley means maple syrup. In West Edmiston, we stop by Ben and Judy Sugar House to get a taste of spring. Maple syrup runs in the Benjamin family, carrying on the tradition of Ben's uncle, Murray C. Benjamin, a New York maple pioneer.
Well, actually, he was known as one of the big pioneers in New York State of the maple industry back in the 60s. He and his wife Florence made syrup. One year they made 5,200 gallons, which that year was the most made by anybody in the United States. So it was kind of a neat thing. Well, I guess because of my grandfather and great uncle, we started making with just a little 2x6 evaporator, and our daughters were in the teenage years. They'd help us gather with a garden tractor and a little wagon, and at that time we'd make 6-7 gallons a year and think we had a great year. From there we went to, my wife Judy, she'll tell you, every other year I'd change evaporators because I was a dealer, and I think we had 2 2x6s, maybe a couple 3x10s, and then we went to oil, and with our oil evaporators we have gone from 3x8 to 3x10 to 3.5x13 now. And the 3.5x13 will evaporate almost 300 gallons an hour. Which, well, I just think it's the love of the syrup. It's fun to educate families. People don't realize what goes into making maple syrup. They have no idea. And if they've ever made syrup themselves, they really know it's quite a job, but yet it's rewarding.
Ben and Judy's Sugar House is located at 770 Beaver Creek Road in West Edmiston. They'll be serving pancake breakfasts on Maple weekends, March 21st and 22nd, and the 28th and 29th. Pick up the March issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine or visit our website for our annual Maple Guide to local maple producers. We travel about 5 miles down Route 8 and over to Bell Road in New Berlin to Golden Artist Colors. The company's origins date back to the 1930s when its founder, Sam Golden, joined his uncle Leonard to form Beaucourt Artist Colors in Manhattan. Today, the Golden family and 170 employees create paints for artists all over the world, from their employee-owned company in rural upstate.
My dad got involved with my uncle, Leonard Beaucourt. In 1936, joined my uncle, started making hand-ground oil colors. And they'd fill paint by hand in tubes. And they were on 14th Street in Manhattan, and it was the center of all of the art world. No one was making any money at that time. Art world was just starting to move from Paris to New York, but you had artists like Pollock and Rothko and Motherwell, all customers of Leonard and Sam. So they had this company, Beaucourt. Eventually it became a worldwide company. and they were making paints and selling it all around the world. My dad retired in 1971 and bought this farm upstate New York, in Columbus, New York, and thought he'd be a gentleman farmer, and retired, and found that his real love was making paint for artists. So in 1979, my mother shared that he needed to call me up and see if I wanted to make paint, because he was bored and he was he just wasn't as vigorous as he was when he was making paint. So I said yes. I was in Rochester at the time, and we started a little factory out of the barn. It was a 30 by 36 cow barn, filled up the troughs of the cow barn, and started making paint. We had the four of us, my wife, Barbara, and my mom, Adele, and Sam, and myself, and first employee, Chuck Kelly, who later became partner in the company.
So Golden was born?
So Golden was born in 1980 out of a barn, and it was the first 3-4 years, it was a disaster. Although we were growing, I would go down to Manhattan every week and go meet with artists and say, if you like the paint, give me some names of other people I can go visit. If you don't like the paint, I'll be back next week, and what do you want? And that was a real incredible fortuitous beginning of the custom work. We now do custom work for artists all over the world, where they're able to ask us for individual, requests for product, to be able to make paint that suit their need. That allowed us entree into some of the major studios around the world with artists. So now the product is sold in 63 countries around the world, right out of Cologne. I love the idea that we're making products for artists using the paint 24 hours a day right here in Columbus, New York.
Golden Artist Colors paints are available at most art supply and craft shops. The Golden Artist Colors Museum and Gift Shop is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30 on Bell Road in New Berlin. To schedule a tour, call 607-431-8765. Read about a tour of Golden Artist Colors in this month's MVL magazine. For lunch, we escape the cold March weather with a trip to the Mediterranean at Cafe Crete on French Road in New Hartford. We are greeted by co-owners Koray and Soner, both from Turkey. They strive to create a unique dining experience by drawing inspiration from the many countries and cuisines that surround the Mediterranean Sea.
Cafe Crete has been here for just a little over a year, but I can tell you they've spoiled me with their food, especially my favorite of all, lamb chops. If you like lamb chops, come here to get them. They also have a great buffet, and be sure to finish off your meal with some genuine Turkish coffee.
I'm trying the all Mediterranean countries cuisine here, the mostly Turkish, and I have some Moroccan tagine, some Italian prime rib. We're making some Italian herb sauce, and some a Cyprus, the Cyprus side. We have the Cyprus food. And we're trying some Greek food here and all of the Mediterranean cuisine, and include some Lebanese and Syrian, Egyptian, and everything.
Cafe Crete is open Monday through Thursday, 9:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. with a lunch menu and buffet available Monday through Saturday at 601 French Road in New Hartford and online at cafecrete.com.
Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home.
St. Joseph's Day is March 19th, and that means Zeppoli and Sfingi at Cafe Caruso. You don't have to be Italian to enjoy these traditional pastries, and they only come once a year to Cafe Caruso on Bleecker Street in East Utica. The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte.
Welcome to the Little Falls Antique Center in the shops at 25 West. Come on in and browse thousands of unique items that change on a daily basis. Shop for yourself or for someone else. We're open every day from 10 to 5. We look forward to your visit here at historic Canal Place in Little Falls.
Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products at Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally.
The people you know, the rock you love, and more songs per hour. 92.7 FM, The Drive, Central New York's locally owned independent rock station.
The Artisan's Corner in Clinton features art from the heart of Central New York. Handcrafted, one-of-a-kind, affordable artwork and gifts. Check out the St. Patrick's Day cards, clothing, jewelry, pillows, and glassware at the Artisan's Corner, open every day in Clinton. Do something about your chronic pain. InterX Therapy can be the answer to your post-surgical or sports injury rehabilitation or chronic neuropathic pain. Call Dr. Michael Tucherone at 853-6225 for non-invasive InterX Therapy. Do you see the glass as half full? Then read the positive news from Central New York every day at uticarocks.com. Paca Gardens has the largest selection of the finest alpaca clothing and products in Central New York. The store has doubled in size and features hundreds of sweaters for men, women, and children starting at just $39.95. There are also dozens of styles of soft alpaca socks in a rainbow of colors, including therapeutic socks to aid circulation. Shop Paca Gardens, open Monday through Saturday at 27 West Main Street in Little Falls, across from Fall Hill Bead and Gem.
Stays chilly in the winter, cold and covered up in snow. But when the good old summertime comes round, even Monday nights you'll hear the music play.
At the Whitestown Ice Arena in Whitesboro, it doesn't have to be cold to skate because the skating rink is open year-round. But the cold weather certainly helps put people in the mood to get out on the ice.
You have skating clubs, which there are 3 in the area, and because we're open year-round, they do use us during their off seasons. You have a number of private rentals, birthday parties, multiple youth programs. You got Whitestown Youth Hockey, you have Rome comes down, you have Mohawk Valley. It's a very, very popular rink, plus public skate. I mean, our numbers are anywhere between 140 and 160 on the weekends for each public skate. You take the kids away from the TV, get the kids away from their games, get the kids away from texting, and you get them out, and it's an activity. It's something that not everybody can do, but it's fun to try. It's a family gathering and a family meeting place.
The Whitestown Ice Arena is located at 1 Championship Way in Whitesboro and is open year-round. For public skate times, visit them on Facebook or call 768-6047. For a list of public skate locations in the area, pick up the March issue of Mohawk Valley Living. We meet this month's featured artist at his home in Dolgeville. A path through the snow behind the house leads to the studio of Lutz Schernick. He is known for his large, colorful abstract paintings and was recently commissioned to paint a large mural for the city of Little Falls.
They wanted something new. They wanted something a little bit more avant-garde. So they looked to me and I said, "Are you sure that they want something that I do?" And we worked out a project, had some ideas that we showed to the owners of the property, and then once we got their okay, we just went for it. Basically the 3 of us. There's other people that helped, but it was Jane, Oscar, and myself. We were the ones that stuck with it over that week when we did it. But it was a good challenge because I've never did anything quite that large. I've done large paintings, but not quite that big.
You can see Lutz Schernick's mural in Little Falls, where Overhead Street, Route 167, meets Albany Street, located behind and below Paca Gardens. You can also see his work online at lutzart.net and in this month's magazine.
At the end of a dusty road stands a young man all alone under an old oak tree.
When planning your family's future, turn to the principles of the past. Turn to Turnbull. Turnbull Insurance Service is an independent agency representing the most dependable companies for all your insurance needs, as well as complete financial planning and wealth management. Call today for a free assessment. The Newport Marketplace is a new kind of Main Street with over 40 vendors of antiques, primitives, and country chic, and handcrafted art, jewelry, and Amish baskets. New items arriving daily at the Newport Marketplace on Route 28, just 20 minutes from Utica, Little Falls, and the Valley. The Performing Arts at Hamilton College is the perfect cure for cabin fever. Enjoy the free annual Brainstorm concert by the Hamilton College Orchestra, conducted by Heather Buckman on Sunday, March 8th at 3 p.m. Reserve your tickets for composer and vocalist Laurie Anderson on Saturday, April 11th at 7:30 p.m. And mark your calendars for the spring main stage production of Thornton Wilder's Our Town. Get out of the house and enjoy the performing arts at Hamilton College in Clinton. Online at hamiltonpa.org. Meelan's Meat Market has your Easter specialties like store-made hams and kielbasa, leg of lamb and roasts, featuring low-salt, low-fat smoked ham and kielbasa. Try their famous crown roast of pork or prime rib. Meelan's Meat Market, your one-stop shop at the Four Corners in Clark Mills.
Your news, talk, and sports authority. Talk Radio, AM 1450, WKAL, Rome, Utica.
I, R.A. Dudrak, the Window King, invite you to visit our showroom in Holland Patent, or we'll come to your home by appointment. We've been installing replacement windows for over 45 years. Keep your palace cool in the summer and warm in the winter by adding new windows. Many styles and selections to choose from. Bay, bow, garden, and double hung, single hung, and slider windows. The Window King also introduces color replacement windows. So take a short drive to R.A. Dudrak, Holland Patent, and tell them the Window King sent you.
Expecting company? Just call Deansborough Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377. If you're in a collision, you need precision. Call your insurance company first and then choose Precision Unlimited, providing expert auto body collision repair since 1987 on Route 5 in Clinton. Celebrate the first sign of spring during Sugaring Off Sundays. See sugaring demonstrations, have a taste of Jack Wax, enjoy children's activities and the Empire State Carousel. A full pancake breakfast is served from 8:30 to 1 every Sunday in March during Sugaring Off Sundays at the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown.
Fare thee well, oh Joe Clark, fare thee well I say. Fare thee well, oh Joe Clark, I'll be back one day.
Missing an issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine? We are making the extra printed copies available at the Oneida County Public Market on Saturday, March 14th and Saturday, April 11th. Don't miss our back issue bonanza at the Oneida County Public Market at Union Station in Utica. March is Women's History Month, so we head to Herkimer to the Historical Society to learn about famous local women from town historian Sue Perkins.
This is the 35th anniversary of Women's History Month, and there's quite a few memorable, notable women of Herkimer County. And just a few I would talk about are Miss Margaret Tuger. She was a teacher and principal here in Herkimer, much beloved. Even so, they named a school after Miss Tuger. It's on the south side. She was very good with her students. She took it, the immigrant students attended the Southside School, and she would also give them clothing and food and help them learn the English language. She even used Old Faithful. If they misbehaved, it was a wooden stick, and she would spank them with it.
You can learn more about these famous local women in the March issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine. And when you visit the Herkimer County Historical Society, located at 400 North Main Street in Herkimer, open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4. With the great amount of snow this year, there's still plenty of skiing to be done in the month of March. But if your equipment needs a tune-up or you want to upgrade your gear, Dick's Wheel Shop on Mohawk Street in Herkimer has it all. He even has a personal collection of antique skis from the early days of the sport.
The oldest skis in the collection would be the pointed up there on the top. Those are from Austria, way back probably 1898, and then Berlin, Germany in the 1930s. And then you've got the 10th Mountain Division from the 40s, the ski troops over in Europe. They started a lot of the mountains out in Colorado back when they came home from the war, such as Vail and Aspen. They were instrumental in all that starting of those mountains. Well, I started about 55 years ago. I got a few of them, and then it just added to it every year. I acquired more.
Dick's Wheel Shop's winter hours are Monday, Tuesday, and Friday 10 to 5:30 and Saturday 10 to 2. Closed Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Located at 411 Mohawk Street in Herkimer and online at dickswheelshop.com. For a bite to eat, we head up Route 28 in Herkimer to Heidelberg Bread and Cafe, celebrating 30 years. The place is bustling with people picking up fresh loaves of bread and pastries or enjoying lunch. Their homemade chili is a popular choice today, as it is most cold days in March. My personal favorite is the grilled veggie sandwich with portobello mushrooms, peppers, eggplant, and onions. Heidelberg Bread and Cafe is open 7 days a week at 7 a.m. at 3056 Route 28 North in Herkimer.
Let's see what we can see.
It's been a cold winter, especially if you're a farmer, but we receive a warm welcome from the 4-H'ers of Team Clarkshire at Clarkshire Farms in Mohawk. Here they raise fresh American lamb to be sold at local farmers markets. The 4-H'ers are also training and preparing sheep for the junior livestock shows this summer.
Pat and I bought the farm in 1997 for her daughters, Mary and Andrea. We wanted to have a safe agricultural environment for them to grow up in, and it was a great place for them. They got old and they went on their merry way, and we still had sheep here. So now we have Team Clarkshire, which is 6 or 7 4-H'ers that come to the farm. They show the sheep, but they work really hard for us all year round. Right now there's 6 members, and we revolve around the show season. We go to the Cooperstown Farmers Museum Junior Livestock Show in July. That's where we really love to go. But before that, in January starts our lambing, so we're going to be very busy in the barns, January and February and a little bit into March. But right now is our peak busy time with the lambs. Then we start training the lambs in May and in June, really train them to show, to lead. We spend a lot of time washing, clipping, getting ready for the shows, and then in the fall we're putting in our hay and getting ready for winter. Really, this doesn't mean if they're going to be in animal agriculture at all. It does 2 things, in my opinion. It gets them knowledge of animal agriculture, so wherever they go in life, they have a good basic foundation of what happens on a farm and how much it takes to raise an animal and all the things about life and death of an animal, really. But beyond that, they learn basic biology, they learn work ethic, they learn winning and losing, and they learn a lot of those things. They're lifelong skills, regardless of what they do in life, whether they're involved in agriculture or not.
I began when I was 10, so I think this is my 8th year that my brother and I have been working on the farm. Started showing when I was 11, so this will be my 7th year, showing sheep and working with horses and riding and showing the mules. I love it. I love the cold. I love working in the cold. I enjoy the animals. I enjoy working with the animals, hearing them, talking to them. I love farming.
Clarkshire Farm is located on Polly Miller Road in Mohawk. You can find their lean and delicious lamb at the Cooperstown Farmers Market or call 867-2121 to place an order. Look for Team Clarkshire at the 68th Annual Junior Livestock Show this July at the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown.
Honey, honey.